Cyberbullying is a major issue worldwide. Many people are familiar with the term, but most have overlooked the important demographic it is. In short, cyberbullying is defined as willful and repeated harm inflicted through the use of computers, cell phones, and other electronic devices. While both are dangerous, cyberbullying is much worse than traditional bullying. One reason is because it can happen any day of the week, any time of day or night, no matter how far apart the victim and the bully are from each other. Another issue is that cyberbullies can use anonymous social media accounts, which makes them extremely hard to track down. Even harder is alerting someone about the situation. How do you report an attack that leaves no physical scars and is committed by a nameless attacker?
Over 50% of adolescents, teens, and occasionally adults have been a victim of cyberbullying or engaged in bullying. To add to that, violent and aggressive content towards them or others is very high on the list of things adolescents are nervous about when they engage in online activities. A piece of information that will help you better understand this is that 80% of cyberbullying cases happen on Facebook. So if you ever see something like that happening, be sure to stand up for the person being bullied.
Like all forms of bullying, cyberbullying causes emotional, psychological, and physical stress. Response to cyberbullying is different, but in general, most people have increased feelings of sadness and loneliness, changes in sleep and eating patterns, and loss of interest in activities they do. Cyberbullied are more likely to struggle personally and at school. They may miss, skip, or drop out of school, receive poor grades, and have lower self-esteem. Cyberbullying can lead to thoughts of suicide, sometimes leading all the way into adulthood.
Cyberbullying is related to population and progress because as technology advances and more people begin to engage in social media activity, the platform for cyberbullying grows. An even bigger problem is that it mainly affects teens and adolescents, and the age group on these websites and apps is increasingly getting younger, meaning more and more children under 13 are involved in cyberbullying.
Go. For this project, our main goal is to contribute to the decline of cyberbullying. We know the problem is too far gone to completely abolish, but we hope our group can help play a part in reducing cyberbullying threats. The message we hope to spread is an extremely powerful one, especially with the developing technology around us.
Recently, Max and I interviewed our school counselor, Ms. Goodman, on cyberbullying. Ms. Goodman is one of two counselors at Mill Valley Middle School who gives advice and helps students with personal or public issues. We asked her about cyberbullying and we were surprised by the answer she gave us.
Question. I think cyberbullying can definitely affect someone in a lot of different ways. I think it can make someone definitely feel a little more sad, down on themselves, maybe even a little withdrawn. It's definitely a strong form of bullying, so it does change their affect. I think usually the person who's being cyberbullied, and the definition of bullying is that it's an ongoing pattern and there's a level of power that the person has over the other person that it's not equal to theirs. So it can make someone pretty much really, down, feeling depressed, withdrawn. Sometimes it makes kids not want to come to school. That's a major thing that we deal with. A lot of the times I encourage kids to get off websites that I don't think are very, that are used for positive purposes, such as Ask FM. I think that's kind of a negative website, so I encourage them and their parents to get them off things like that. If it's happening on something like Instagram that's not as negatively known as a website, I like to encourage their parents to kind of monitor that a little bit more. I tend to encourage friends to help stand up for kids on that site, and encourage kids to do things like report abuse to the owners of websites, and or even maybe get off that website temporarily. If something's happening via text or email, I encourage kids to block that other student if they feel comfortable to confront that other student, but if not, that's usually something myself or Mr. Nelson or Miss Myers do. And we work with parents too, just to be sure that this stops and that the kids are safe. And we usually notify the parents too of the perpetrator, so the kid doing it, we let them know. And a lot of times the kids do get consequences here at school, or at least they have that at home.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
We're currently developing an app to stop cyberbullying. Right now, we're currently working on debugging the app and fixing the graphics. When brainstorming ideas for the app, we wanted something that would help the issue of cyberbullying, but also something realistic that teens would voluntarily use. We ended up creating a chat room type platform for victims and bystanders of cyberbullying. Many victims are too scared, ashamed, or embarrassed to tell their school counselors, teachers, parents, or any other adults about what they're going through. But we speculated that if kids could talk to other kids about the problem, kids who are going through the same thing or have previously gone through it, it would help them.
Our goal for the app is to help victims of cyberbullying and give them a safe environment to communicate with each other and help each other get through their struggles. Also, we want to raise awareness to the issue through our website and merchandise. Our app will soon have a filter that prevents users from posting negative or malicious comments, which will ensure no one gets cyberbullied.